Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome. Just wanted to say hello. Happy Monday. If you are watching live, drop a 1. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching on the replay, if you don't see that little red button on top, drop a 2. Please. Tell me where you're watching from. I would love to connect. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome. So I just wanted to come on today and honestly, I just want to share my story. I had another business meeting today and I just tell so much of my story in all of my business meetings, and I thought, I don't think I tell my story enough live. I just don't feel like I do. So I kind of wanted to tell my story because I grow, I have new followers all the time. I get new friends, and stuff gets all pushed down in social media and you don't see it. So I wanted to come on and just kind of share what I've been through, my journey, how I've gotten to where I'm at now, because it's exciting and I didn't even know that I would ever be here. I could have never imagined, but it's fun. Thanks. Hey, David. I love my hat. This is my favorite new hat. I got it for Christmas. So, again, my name is Brandy Smith. I'm sure you know that if you're watching. Some people make fun of me for saying that, but some people see this video and you know what? Feel free, if my story reminds you of someone or if you think that it could help somebody you know, share it with them, because I am inspired still by many people and have been inspired by many people, and I love doing that for other people and getting that from other people. That's what I think life's about. So I am 37 years old. I live in Louisiana. I am from Texas, so I'm a Texas girl at heart for sure. And gosh, I want to start, I think, back probably in my early 20s. I got married really young. I was always growing up real into fitness and being healthy and all that stuff. And I kind of thought that I always knew I wanted to be a mama. So that was something I knew, but there were things I didn't know came along with that. And, life lessons. So got married a little too young. My first marriage didn't work out. Had 2 wonderful kids, blessed with 2 babies, and kind of went through that whole process of trying to figure out who I was. I think that when we become moms, I think a lot of moms will relate, you kind of lose who you are. It's hard to have a balance of being a mom, keeping like yourself, being true to you, and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of went through this whole chapter when my kids were little where I was like trying to figure out who I was, I think, because I had kids so young. I didn't even know who I was when I had kids. I hadn't figured it out because I was still a kid myself. So I think it's real important to realize that it's okay to try to figure that process out and give yourself time, because it's changed. It's even changed now. So I got real into fitness after I had my kids, and I figured out that made me happy. Fitness made me happy. And of course, being a mom, but myself for me, it made me happy. And so I throw myself into fitness and I get in the best shape of my life. I become a trainer and I absolutely loved it. It is still a passion of mine. So during this process, I, of course, don't realize it, but until this point in my life, but I'm branding myself, through this process of becoming a trainer and helping people change their life and being as inspired personally as I was giving out. Like, I got more inspiration from training people than I don't think, unless you do it. I know there are a ton of trainers watching. So when you do it, you realize it, but you get so much in when you do that. So really was in great shape, great part of my life. Other than, I went through a divorce, but that was okay. It was something that was, meant to happen. It was, it was what it was. And the kids and I were really happy going along, and this wonderful man comes into our life. And so here we have like fallen in love with this wonderful man, and he has come in and he wraps his arms not just around me, but around my kids. And long story short, my amazing husband. So I get married and I get sick. And I'm like, what the heck? What is going on? Something's not right. I'm not feeling well. I'm not sure what's going on, but something is not right. And everybody could tell something was wrong, because here I was going to the gym every day, and that was slowly decreased. I couldn't train people. I didn't have energy. I wasn't feeling myself. And then the doctor's appointment started. And that kind of started a whole spin of like people throwing everything at me. This is what we think's wrong with you, or this could be it, or let's do this test and test and test and test, and let's try this medicine. So after finding out some issues, we end up going the route of me having a hysterectomy. So that in itself is hard, I think, especially being in my mid-30s. Of course, I still had time to have another baby, and I didn't want that to totally be off the limit, or, off the table. But it had to be. So we have that done. I have that surgery, and I just cannot get my groove back. I still am not feeling myself. And I'm starting to think, am I crazy? Am I going through something that nobody else is going through? So I feel alone. I feel isolated. I go from this person that worked out every day and inspired people every day to keep pushing themselves, to literally laying in my bed or laying on the sofa, and then back to my bed, and then back to the sofa. My husband was absolutely amazing, but he took up all the slack. Like, here he was, basically a full-time dad now. He was taking the kids to school and bringing them home, and it was just something that I would have never thought I would go through. And that's why I love like telling my story to other people, because a lot of times so many women relate. So it makes you feel like you have a purpose in life, so here I was at this point where I was thinking, okay, there goes my purpose. I don't even want to get up. It hurts to move. It hurts to lay here. The medicine wasn't helping. I felt dazed and confused. I was just drugged up and I just wanted to lay there because I hurt all the time. And they still were just throwing diagnoses at me. And, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Possibly it could be this, So one day I honestly think that I was like, it's just going to be like this forever. I lost hope. I really lost all hope. I did not like going to the doctors anymore. So here goes that white coat syndrome. If you have white coat syndrome, raise your hand. Like, I cannot sit in the doctor's office without my blood pressure being through the roof. Like, they're like, do you want to take a minute and take some breaths? And I'm like, no, it's going to stay high because I have years now of going to the doctor and all they did was give me medicine. So that's good. Like, it's just going to be high. But don't worry, I take it at home every day and it's completely normal because I do. I take my blood pressure at home. I've kept a log. They've made me log it several times and it's always perfect. Always. It's just when I go to the doctor's office does it go sky high. So here I was at another doctor's appointment and my insurance had changed. So it was a new doctor, young, very young, nice young man. He walks in and, all my medications are on this sheet of paper and he looks at me because I don't look like an unhealthy person. And he's like, you take all of this? And I break down. I just start bawling. And one time when I was at a doctor's office and I cried before, they sent me to a psychiatrist. I guess because they thought I was crazy or I needed to talk to somebody, which is fine. I went and she was like, I don't really think you need to see me. Anyways, that's the kind of stuff I dealt with. So this doctor, I'm crying and he's like, if this isn't helping you, why are you doing this? Why are you using this stuff? And I was like, I don't know what else to do. I've researched, some all natural stuff and I want to start taking some different vitamins and supplements. And he said, I just did a research paper on CBD oil. And I was like, what's that? Now remember, this is over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, year and a half ago. And he explained to me a little bit about what it was. And of course I was confused because I didn't educate myself enough. And I was like, is it legal? Is it not legal? I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Can I order it? Can I get it delivered to my house? And he's like, yeah, you can order it. I don't know where you need to order it from, but you really need to do your research because I can tell you what it's doing to your body, but I don't know where to tell you to get it because I don't know where you should get it from. And so he explained to me what it did to my body. And, basically we have CBD receptors. Once these receptors are opened up and you put your body in homeostasis and keep taking CBD, your bodies will naturally heal a lot of the stuff that is going on in people's life. So if you can't, from so many things, and I don't want to get into like medical issues, but for me, I'm sleeping. So for me, my biggest thing is I'm no longer taking prescription medicine. And I'll go back to I'll go back real fast. When he told me that, literally the first thing I did was buy hemp seed oil from Amazon. Amazon Prime, baby. Whoop. Got me some hemp seed oils. I'm gonna get fixed. And that is not what happened. It was so gross. And I was like, I came in a big bottle, like I was supposed to cook with it. And I'm just like thinking, I don't know if this is what I was supposed to get. So I started from the ground. Like I had to do so much research. I had to learn that there's so many different extractions from the hemp plant. Like you can just extract hemp seed oil. And that's great and beneficial for your body for so many ways. And then you can extract cannabinoids which is CBD, from the hemp plant, and those are even more beneficial for your body. And so it's just all this stuff I was learning and learning and learning. And I started ordering. Like, I did not tell my husband for a little while how much money I spent, but I spent quite a bit of money ordering CBD from everywhere. And I was ordering stuff that if I probably would have done a little more research before I ordered it, or I probably wouldn't have ordered it, but I was doing research and ordering at the same time. And so that turned into having a lot of stuff that I was like, that's trash, that's trash. And you could tell right away because people extract CBD differently from the hemp plant, and some stuff is extracted with chemicals and it tastes bad, and it's black. Fillers on the bottle, and then there's nothing on the website that tells you like what's in your bottle. You don't know. So there's so many things, and I share a lot about, you know, what the product that I'm promoting, what makes it stand out. But right now for this live, I just really wanted to share my story and how I got to where I'm at. So I started researching, and I find the oil that I am on now, and I have currently almost been on for 1 whole year. That's why I thought it was cool that I do this live. And man, this year, I cannot even tell you what it has done and brought me. It has done so much. So not only do I now feel like I have a piece of my training background being able to put to use again, because I have a team of people that have joined me in sharing this amazing product, and together we help change people's lives. And that goes a lot around with like just being healthy in general. So I get to use my fitness and health background in this because I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about helping people stay healthy. And that has so much to do with me being healthy and taking care of myself, because I'm human, and I was going through a time where I was embarrassed because I wasn't taking care of myself because I didn't feel good. And I thought people would think different of me or bad or whatever, whoever. I have learned through this year, and this is the biggest thing I've learned, I think, so far in this year, is it doesn't matter what people think. You can't think about the people that are going to think negative, because if there's one person watching this video that is like, you know what, I'm not giving up, I'm not taking no for an answer, and I'm going to take my life back in whatever you're doing. That's all that matters to me. And so I've learned that, because I obviously didn't learn that before, and I had to go through all those struggles to finally realize that it doesn't matter what people think. It matters how you feel. And when you feel good and you feel good about yourself, then others around you are going to feel good, and you're going to be able to put that out into the world. And that is so important to me. So I've been able to use that background. And not only that, health-wise, like I'm able to get up again and move again and inspire again. And I have people inspiring me more than ever. And all I'm doing is sharing with them what I've learned. And they come back to me and they tell me these stories of how this has helped them and how it's changed their life. And I think it's so amazing to be able to be a part of a movement like this. The movement has just begun. People are still skeptical, and that's okay. But people are opening up, and they want to be educated. And that is where I am finding that I love this the most, because I had a guest speaking appearance at a health and fitness expo a couple weeks ago. and I got to get on stage for the first time, and I've shared my story in public a couple of times at smaller events. But I got on stage, I got a microphone, and do you know how awesome it was to have people listening to my story on stage and being able to look in their eyes and connect with them and get off stage and have them come up to me and tell me that they have heard, you know, they've gone through similar things, or they have family that's going through similar things. And it has really moved me. So I want to make sure that if you know anybody who is watching this and you're like, man, she needs to hear this, or he needs to hear this, please share this video with them. If you have questions, or if you have gone through a similar journey and you want to connect, let's chat. Like, I love connecting with new people. That's another thing this business has done with, now I'm not just limited to this little town. I have connected with people all over the world, different countries. I've connected with people and changed lives. So this year has been more than I expected. And I have chills on my body because I cannot even begin to imagine what is in store in the future. So we are blessed, and I want to put these blessings onto other people. Thank you all so much for watching and taking the time. I appreciate it. I really do. I hope you have a fantastic night, and I will see you guys next time.